My name is Mason, and I'm playing a burn deck for the regionals, and I'll go ahead and show you what that is. It's a little bit ragtag, but hey, do what we can. First, 3 marshmallows, because he can't be destroyed, which is insanely awesome, unless a card effect, and free damage. 3 stealth birds. You can flip summon them every turn for 1000 damage, and they have decent defense, plus I have more cards to defend them. 3 blast spheres to get rid of when your opponent's like trying to be super pushy and you're like, oh, he goes on to you, you die. And free damage as well. Double level golems to tribute your opponent's troublesome monsters and to burn them more, and you can deny his attacks. Once I get to the traps, you'll see that. 2 Death Claws, not the best card, but great for Exes. Has good defense and more damage. Again, not a ton of damage on Death Claw unless your opponent's stashing cards in their hand like mad. I wanted more than 1 effect failure, but 1 will do. Gotta save that for negating crucial effects, especially against like Necros. Just delete 1, deletes everything. Or like against Battery Man deck, delete 1, delete everything. They can't continue with their combo. Stronghold Guardian, this is just a personal thing. If you have like a fairly high defense monster like Death Koala, and they attack it, and you get free damage by throwing him into the grave, and you keep the monster as well. Neuteriah, not the best card, but gives you a free monster removal if he's destroyed, plus he blocks an attack. And this is my personal favorite card, Neospatian Glowmoss. He's kind of weird. If he attacks or is attacked, your opponent draws a card. If it's a monster, battle phase is over. If it's a spell card, the attack can be changed to a direct attack, in which case I would negate the attack, if it's them attacking. And Trap changes Neospatian Glowmoss to defense position, and if it's the opponent's turn attacking, then he's usually destroyed. That's pretty much the only case in which you can really get rid of him. He's a pain, and I love him. Okay, so for spells, 3 wave motion cannons to give you that presence, to force them to focus their mystical space typhoons and the like on your wave motion cannons. In addition, if they don't, you can kill them in a few turns because it does ridiculous damage, 1000 per turn. It's been sitting there. Double swords, because I don't really ever attack except with Neospatian Glowmoss, and you want to prevent the enemy from attacking. It's really nice because it literally just gives you 3 turns of safety unless they can destroy it. In which case, you have openings for like wave motion cannons. 1 smashing ground just to get rid of a strong monster, because high attack usually, but not always, comes with high defense. And then this is a really unique card. This is the newest addition to my deck, DD Borderline. I don't have a ton of spells, and if I don't have any in my graveyard and I put this thing down, no battle phases. I don't need my battle phases, and the enemy will literally not be able to do anything without destroying this. Or unless they have a burn deck too, which is unlikely, very unlikely. And for traps, I have a lot of traps, so 3 Mirror Force. Well, Mirror Force is just awesome.
No, I'm not. I will tell you after.
Clear the field over and over again every time they attack, and they can't really do anything to get around you, especially if you have like 2, play 1, even if they negate it, play another. And yeah, that does happen sometimes. 3 Dark Bribes to negate any crucial spell or trap cards the enemy could play on you to really shut you down. Me down. 3 Magic Cylinders, because Magic Cylinder's awesome. Let's face it. Reflect the attack pretty much onto them directly. 2 Secret Barrels. Just free damage. Not the greatest card, but it's certainly helpful. 2 Dimension Walls, similar to Magic Cylinder, except you can only do that if they attack directly. So, if you try and leave yourself open to be attacked directly, then you can do Dimension Wall just like a Magic Cylinder. 1 Starlight Road, in case somebody pulls out something like Judgment Dragon, for example, and can blow up a field or multiple cards. Vanity's Emptiness, because I never special summon ever, and it can just negate special summon, still something goes to the grave, which can be really strong. And Ring of Destruction because tons of damage and monster removal. And, okay, for my extra deck, I only have 3 cards, really. Stardust Dragon to be summoned from Starlight Road, and it continues to, it will just block effects that destroy over and over again. Acid Golem, if I get really close and the enemy's field is clear, just pull him out and win, because he has a ton of attack, easy to summon. And wind up Zen Mains, because he gives, if you try and destroy me, I destroy you. Because his effect, you just remove one, and destroy one of theirs in the end phase. Now for the side deck.
This is where I was
2 Puppet Plants to control. You discard them and take control of a warrior or spellcaster. Marionette Might does the same with Fiend or a zombie. And Electric Virus does the same with a dragon or a machine. So they only work really at all against certain decks, but against the right deck, it's perfect. 3 Mystical Space Typhoons side decked for pesky decks with spells and traps that stay on the field that are really destructive. Lightning Vortex, kind of as, I wanted Regeki instead of Lightning Vortex, but Regeki is expensive. So, Lightning Vortex, throw it out there, clear their field. 2 more Starlight Roads if there's a huge threat of more than one card being destroyed, and then you can have a significantly better chance of being able to pull out Stardust Dragon and deny a destructive effect. 2 Wiretaps against... I have these side decked because they can only affect trap cards, and some decks use very little, if any, trap cards. So... But for those with a few trap cards that you want to get rid of, Wiretap is awesome. It does shuffle them back into the enemy's deck, but they do not... they don't get anything. They don't get to draw a card, you don't lose life points, nothing. Soul Drain against, especially like Dark Worlds, for pulling stuff out of the grave, because graveyard effects do not activate with this card. Also awesome against like Light Sworns, because if they mill a wolf and try and special summon it, can't do it. Gets milled, stays there. Mind Crush, if there's a deck that seems to add a lot of cards to their hand, Mind Crush. Oh, you drew a card? Bye. Stygian Dirge for decks that Exi summon a lot and or Synchro summon a lot and do not have level modifiers. It's really strong against those. So that's my burn deck.